Okay, let's take a look here at creating a new character. So, when we create a character, you obviously have your races, but I think what you should work on first is thinking about what class you want, because as you can see, not all races can be all classes. So if you kind of have like an idea, hey, I want to know what this race does, or what this class, I want to know what an enchanter is. Well, I know that the cat race, Vashir, can't be one. So which one can? I would start with humans, because they can be most things. So then you can click on it and it'll give you a description of what they do. Okay? So when you pick a class that you want to be, like, okay, well, maybe I want to be a berserker. Okay, well, let's go back to the cat. All right, the cat can be a berserker. And this just kind of tells you a brief overview of what a berserker can do. Okay? That's how you're going to pick your race and then your class. But you kind of want to have an idea of what class do I want. Human will let you look at most of the classes so that you can review the classes. Okay? Any ones that you can't get, the Shaman, the Beast Lord, and the Zerker, the Vashir will let you pick them. You pick male or female. Then you can go into your appearance. You get a little bit of change. The Vashirs only have the face and the eyes that they can change. That's about it, right? Whereas when you want the human, you go to your appearance. You can change the face. You can change the hair type on their head. It's not a lot of choices. Change the color. Change the eye color. That's what it means by eyes. Facial hair for men. There's none for women unless you choose dwarf. And then you can also have the color match. Does the carpet match the drapes? Okay. And you get female, right? You get frogs, whatever you want to do. We're just going to go... I'm just trying to get to the inside the game itself. So I'm just going to take a human female. Doesn't really matter what we're doing. We're going to take a random name. And then I'm just going to enter the world. You can choose a deity. It'll explain what a deity has for each of these. You can read about deities. The effect of deities after Classic, I don't know that there really is one per se. Nothing all that important. Especially after Planes of Power, which is, what, 4 expansions in? So I wouldn't worry overly much about this unless you're on a new TLP, and then you can research that yourselves. Go to like P99 Wikipedia and look up what's the best deity to take to get the best gear in Classic, etc., etc. Or on P99. We're just going to go with an agnostic. I don't even know what race or class this is. I don't really care. Oh, it's a rogue. Okay. We'll change it to a ranger, and we're not going with that haircut. I can't do that haircut. There you go. Okay. So it starts you in the tutorial. It's not a great tutorial. It's a great zone. It helps you level. It helps you get geared up. Explanation-wise, you're reading a lot. Okay, I'm going to leave that to you to explore. There's a lot of reading to understand the concepts. I'm going to try to explain some of the concepts that it doesn't really go over all that well once it zones and loads. I'll have to get out of the main starting area. You don't have to do the tutorial either. I can go back and show you how you can skip the tutorial, but I would recommend if this is your first time playing EverQuest to go through the tutorial. Loading times are a little long today. I'm not editing this video, it's just going to be a one-time through, so you can probably just scroll ahead a little bit, see where the heck this is. Really long load time, though. It's kind of strange. We're going to look at, for today, right? Brewell maps or goods maps. These are downloads that you're going to download and put into your EQ folder, wherever the heck that is on my computer. Probably here. Or not. Let's take a look here. Oh, P9. That's the 86. This one. Your Everquest, your maps folder, and then you're going to put the Rewalls folder or the goods folder. Either one of these two. Okay, so you'll have to look up online where those things are. Google. You can look up Brewall maps, right? You just download from here. Here's all the maps, right? So go to this page, follow their updates, how they tell you how to do it, put it into that file folder that I showed you, right? Right here, Everquest, maps. Download it here. Goods is the same idea. This is taking forever to load. I'm going to explain personas and how they work. Basic explanation on DB coins and how they work. How to use the map once you have it downloaded. Where we are in the tutorial when we start the game. Where the heck are we? At level 5, you get an AAs, and it's called Origin. When you press this, where do you end up? What happens with this button? This will change if you're on a brand new TLP or if you're in anything where you start in Crescent Reach. If you have the EverQuest tutorial, the Origin button is going to take you to Crescent Reach. Plain and simple. If you're on a new TLP, there is no tutorial. You just start in your starter area city for whichever race you've chosen. So where we are right now, POK is Plane of Knowledge. I'm on the server Mischief. They only carry spells there until level 70. Now it depends on where the server you is in expansions. You can get the spells up until 3 expansions previous to the expansion that your server is on. What does that mean? So EverQuest has 26, 30 expansions or something like that. All the servers are based on different expansions. All of the newer servers, the TLP, time-locked progression servers. So basically they start at the basic, they start at classic, they progress to Kunark, they progress to Velius, they progress to Planes of Power, and they keep going through the expansions until they get caught up to current real-time. Kind of like classic WoW type thing, right? They only have so many expansions, and then when Plane of Knowledge comes out, there are spell vendors in Plane of Knowledge, and they will sell the spells from three expansions back. So when Plane of Power comes out, they would sell classic spells, so levels 1 to 50. Levels increased as the expansions increased. I think my game's locked up. The Bazaar is only in Planes of Power. When Planes of Power, that expansion is live, then you have access to the Bazaar. Also, with the Bazaar, you can go to the Bazaar and you can make a vendor there that wants to buy stuff out in the wilderness. But you don't have to leave the wilderness. You can just put up what's called a barter. And you can say, hey, if you find this out there, and in-game you type /barter, it's going to open an interface in-game that will show you everybody who's, well, it'll just show you your inventory. And you can check in your inventory if you have anything that somebody in the bazaar wants to buy off you. And they can buy it from you wherever you are. You just open the barter, click on the item you want to sell, see if somebody wants to buy it. If somebody wants to buy it, click sell, and then you will just sell it to them. Alright. I don't know what's going on with the game here. Not responding. close that. Let's try again. Here. Whew, if I could edit videos, I'd cut out a bunch of this, but I don't know how to do editing. So you guys can just suffer through this, all this, just like I am. Get back into the server. Those are all different servers. The green servers, when you load up EverQuest, you have to have a subscription. All the other servers are free to play. Okay, we're back in the game. I mean, I kind of... Sure, I have to show you this anyways. If this actually loads, I'll try this one more time. If it doesn't load, then I'm just going to load another one of my characters. There might be something wrong with the tutorial. Might be loading this time. Definitely progressed a lot further than it did last time. There we go. Okay, so I am not in the tutorial. Okay, this is where you would end up when you first load into the game. Let me go. Where is here? Okay, yeah. So I'm on the default map. Okay. So when you open the default map, because we're in a city, it explains a lot of stuff. When you leave the city area, that's why this is all packed with things. Turn the labels off. Like, there's tons of entities in here to deal with. Merchants, vendors, etc., etc. They're all in here. Okay? When you leave this area and you have the default map, it can be blank. It might show absolutely nothing just because they haven't put anything in the default, and then you're just wandering around trying to figure out where you're going, following your compass, right? Here's your compass. All right, I'm heading, south. Where's that going to take me? I don't know. But when you have one of these maps, the Brewall map, basic same idea of the map, that'd be a little bit different on the descriptions. Same with goods map, right? Some of the colors might be a little different for what they've chosen to go with. But these maps will work anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where you go to. Okay? So you want to download those two map packs that I showed you, Brewalls or Goods, and once you have them downloaded, there's just going to be a tab here, and you just pick either the default, right, or a Brewalls, or Goods. See how there's just slight differences, right? Just a little bit of color variances here and there. Okay. DB coins. So here, this button here. I have none right now. But if you pay for a subscription, once a month, you get a reward of 500 coins. You pick claim to claim them, and it shows you when you can claim your next rewards. It's very precise, right? Day, month, year, time. Like 1 a.m. is when I claimed it last time. With these rewards, you can buy things like, you can buy mounts, right? You get 500 a month, so to get one of these mounts, 3 months you can get this mount for basically just having a subscription. You can buy them. You can pay real world cash to get more money in here if you want. Sort of pay to win, kind of. A little bit. Not really. More pay to win is to buy chronos, which you can get here as well. Right? So this chrono that you can buy in the Daybreak store can pay for your membership. You use a chrono and it gives you 30 days of membership. Pays for 30 days on your account. You can get this and trade it to other players. And then you can take this to the bazaar. Go to the bazaar, which is this window. It's in POK. And chronos. Right? They get 1,935,000 platinum per chrono. So you can buy chronos from the Daybreak store, right? buy a chrono, take it to the bazaar, and you can sell it in the bazaar. Then you get platinum, and you can equip your character with whatever gear you want to pay for, right? So that's one way to gear your character if you want to use real world money and basically do pay to win to get yourself all geared up. If you're just playing the game and you're running around, you're fighting mobs and killing things, and you type /barter, it will show your inventory, and then you can check your piece of inventory, search, and if anybody in the bazaar wants that piece of inventory, their name will show up here. And that's the way the barter system works. Now, there's also Alt-V shows you your AAs, or your alternate ability points. When you get above level 51, these start opening up. The exception, of course, being General Origin. Requirement, level 5. At level 5, you will get this AA. This AA, you'll press the hotkey, you'll make a key for it, put it on any one of your action bars. Yours won't be labeled like this. This is just labeled like this because they're tied to hotbound keys that I've already done. Then it'll take you back to your starting city. This is your starting city, Crescent Reach. You will start right back here when you press Origin. You will come right back here. From here, I'm going to show you on the default map. If you follow this road, I'm going to cut across the terrain here because I want to go in here. I'm going to show you how to get to Plane of Knowledge. Okay, I'm running because I have no abilities. I'm level 1, right? I don't even know what class I am. Pressing I is inventory. I'm a ranger. Level 1 ranger. Okay. I'll show you how to get to Plane of Knowledge. If you happen to buy chronos and you want to sell chronos to equip your gear, I'll show you how to get to the Plane of Knowledge. When you're in any zone, if you press Control F, it's a find window. You can find anything in the zone. Well, I know that I need to go to Blightfire Moors, so I know the next zone is Blightfire Moors. So I click on it, and my map now shows me how to get there. So I need to go to that X. If it's close enough, there'll be a path for you to follow as well, and you could follow the actual path that's on the ground. But because it's so far away, it's just putting it as an X, like I have to get to that X, and your map is now locked onto that X. Your map's not going to look the same as mine. I do have a few UI modifications that I've put into here that a good friend of mine made for me, so mine's going to look a little bit different than yours. Basically the same idea, though. Okay, so you'll go from your starting city, Crescent Reach, to Blightfire Moors, which is where we're heading to now. These mobs, non-aggressive. You can run right past them. Not a big deal. This is the starter newbie area, so nothing right near the entrance there is going to attack you. But if you go a little bit off to the sides towards like the water, there's some skeletons there that will attack you. Or if you go over the bridge and further to the north in that zone, there's mobs that will attack you. Alright, you can see the map kind of ends here because this is just heading towards the next area. Okay, so now we're going to be in Blightfire Moors. So I'm in Blightfire Moors. I need to know, I'm trying to get to Plane of Knowledge. How do I get to Plane of Knowledge? So remember, I said if you press Control F, it's going to open a window that will show you points of interest in the zone you are in. So, these are all the quest mobs. It would show me where they are. Or Zone Connection, the Plane of Knowledge. Look, it's right here. So I can just follow this. Right, I gotta watch out for monsters in this zone because I'm only level 1. This zone is a lot higher level mobs. Alright. So I'm sneaking around. Alright, I can see some stuff out there. Some vipers, rats. Alright, I gotta be careful. Stay away from them. Stay up high. Alright. And this little book thing. This is how we're gonna get to the Plane of Knowledge. Right? Plane of Knowledge. Go into the book. Click on the book. And we zone to the Plane of Knowledge. Now again, as I've said, when you get to a zone and you want to find something specific, Like in this zone, we're going to want to find the bazaar. So to find the bazaar, we hit Control and F at the same time. Now there's going to be a lot of things in this zone to find. The plane of knowledge is very popular for lots of places to go, right? Here's the bazaar, and sorry, there's the Control F. We need to go to the bazaar, which is a zone connection, right? So all the way down to the bottom, zone connection. It's the bazaar. Click the bazaar. And here's our path. It's not too far away, so now we know we can follow this path. If you've gone here, and you've gone to the bazaar, and you've sold chronos that you've bought or whatever, and you want to go back to tutorial, you're still level 1, but now you're all pimped out in the top gear that you could get at your level. By the way, I would not do this because the tutorial drops lots of Defiant gear, which is pretty much the best gear you're going to get for your level. You might get weapons from the bazaar, but that's about it. Then you will come back to this person here. Right? Hail them. They can send you back. Oh, I would like you to send me back. Because I am under level 11, they will send me back in the tutorial. So anytime up to 11, if I want to come to POK to get something, I could do that, talk to that person, and they will send you back in the tutorial. Alright, I think that should be enough for now. If you want more, put comments under the video and I can explain more, or you guys can tell me what you want me to explain and I will attempt to explain more things for you. Other than that, I stream occasionally on Twitch, Quandary Perplexed on Twitch. So you can check for me there, but I don't do it all that often. Alright, best of luck to everyone.